Oh my gosh, hello everyone. I love this. I'm in love. I'm Ashley Ray, and I'm so excited to tell jokes to the city of LA. Oh my gosh. How is your quarantine? How are you all doing? How is your quarantine? I don't care. I don't care about your quarantine. This is about me. We're up here because I like the attention. Thank you. My quarantine was great. I decided during quarantine to embrace being the dumbest bitch I possibly could. I would suggest you give it a shot. Did you know that you can believe in crystals instead of the news? That's what I have embraced. I love it. Look, like at the beginning of this whole thing, you have to understand, I wanted to be the smartest, like the most helpful, ethical bitch, you know? Like my friends would be like, Ashley, like, where you get your coffee, it has to be ethical. Where you get your news, it has to be ethical. Even where you get your porn, it has to be ethical. You know what I would do? I would make my own porn in The Sims 3. You can't get more ethical than that. I'm an unproblematic queen, I know. Thank you. But I am a black woman, a strong black woman, like one of the ones you can listen to and like, you know, who's gonna save the day. That's me. I got so tired of it. You know, I was like, no, I just wanna be stupid. I'm down to 2 brain cells now. It's just, I will say, I do think that black privilege is real. I do. I'm gonna explain that because this table got very excited. They got very excited, and I'm gonna explain that before you go to brunch next week. You just had a look like I can't wait to tell that bitch Becky in HR like black privileges. Let me explain. I made a list actually of the black privileges. Number 1, as a black person, I can play music from the speakers on my phone and no one will stop me. That is just true. Look, I can be on the train on my way to work at 7 a.m. blaring Cardi B straight to God's ear, and like a white person will just come up to me and be like, thank you for this wonderful cultural exchange. You know, so that's number 1. Number 2 on the list is, and this is gonna sound a little hack. But I'm gonna say it. We can do whatever we want in the movies. I know, and that's like a stereotype that white people made about us, and black people were like, we'll take it. Okay, for example, when I went to see Get Out, I took a steak into the theater. No, like a full ribeye steak with a side of au jus sauce. I wrapped it in foil like a burrito. I put it in the bottom of a book bag. And when the movie started, I unrolled it. I was ready for my personal picnic, you know? And then this white man at the front of the theater starts sniffing. He's like, you know, sniffing and looking around, and he looks right at me and he's like, it smells like meat in here. And he looked right at me, and he looked at me, my beautiful black face with all my black friends, and he was like, you know what? This one's for you. I'm gonna get out. So I do have to count that. That is a black privilege. That actually is the end of the list. That's actually we have a ways to go as a people. That is the whole list, actually. And it's like, you know, I do understand, like, as a gay black lady, I'm never gonna have as much privilege as a white man. I will never be able to do what a white man can do. Look, for example, okay, I was watching the news, and they were talking about a guy who murdered someone. He murdered people. And the news anchor is talking about other times this man had been arrested. And he's like, he'd previously been arrested for evading a speeding ticket. He'd previously been arrested for masturbating in a McDonald's for 9 hours. And now over to Susan with the weather. Over to you, Susan. And they just cut to Susan. Like they didn't have a million questions, because I had a million questions. Like, first of all, what did he order to sit there that long? Second of all, did they have Wi-Fi, or did he bring his own materials? Because, you know, it's like, do you bring a DVD? Was it ethical porn? That's what I want to know. It's just like, I just think personally, maybe that's how we need to check our privilege in this country. Like, as a black woman, I don't think I could masturbate in a McDonald's for 2 hours before I'd get caught. Like, 2 hours is what I'd give myself. And I think maybe you need to ask yourself, how long could I masturbate in a McDonald's bathroom? Because I'm looking around this room, and I'm seeing some people who could really put in some time. They'd be pages deep in Pornhub. And a few people who wouldn't even have time to find a good GIF on Tumblr, and that's not my America. I'm Ashley Ray, thank you.